Hi, you're on the Bible Forum. I'm Warren Sprouse. I want to talk to you about the patriotic history in American schools. As an aside, this is the eighth video of the week. The new owners of Ustream.tv only allow 6 videos to show up in their carousel. So if you want to watch this one, you have to go over to the YouTube page or the Facebook page in order to see it. President Trump on Thursday said he soon would establish a national commission to promote patriotic history in American schools and counter what he called propaganda that is teaching students to be ashamed of their own country. Parents who are not as old as I am, I'm 77, don't understand this fully. The educational system came under attack in the 1930s. By the 1940s, there was a new regime. I've forgotten the fellow's name now. He's called the father of American education. And he put together this package, and beginning in the 1940s and working through, there was a deliberate attack upon the values and just the reality of what we call these United States. It has gotten worse in the last 20 or 30 years. The president made the comments on Constitution Day at the National Archives Museum during a White House conference on American history. The new commission will be called the 1776 Commission. It will promote patriotic education. The president said he will sign an executive order to establish it so. He said it will encourage our educators to teach our children about the miracle of American history and make plans to honor the 250th anniversary of our founding. He made the announcement during a speech in which he criticized a radical movement within the nation that is attempting to demolish American history. It's been going on for 70 years, sir. We can't let that happen, he said. The U.S. Constitution, he said, was the product of centuries of tradition, wisdom, experience. No political document has done more to advance the human condition or propel the engines of progress. Our mission is to defend the legacy of America's founding, the virtue of America's heroes, the nobility of the American character. We must clear away the twisted web of lies in our schools and classrooms and teach our children the magnificent truth about our country. We want our sons and daughters to know that they are the citizens of the most exceptional nation in the history of the world. The left-wing cultural revolution, he said, is designed to overthrow the American Revolution. Children today, he said, are instructed from propaganda tracts that try to make students ashamed of their own history. He went on to criticize race theory as a Marxist doctrine, holding that America is a wicked and racist nation, and that our entire society must be radically transformed. He described the New York Times 1619 project as a project that rewrites American history to teach our children that they were founded on the principle of oppression, not freedom. And nothing could be further from the truth. America's founding set in motion the unstoppable chain of events that abolished slavery, secured civil rights, defeated communism and fascism, and built the most fair, equal, and prosperous nation in American or in human history. Left-wing mobs, the president said, have torn down statues of our founders, desecrated our memorials, carried out a campaign of violence and anarchy. The left has launched a vicious and violent assault on law enforcement, the universal symbol of the rule of law in America. These radicals have been aided and abetted by liberal politicians, establishment media, and even large corporations. Whether it is the mob on the street or the cancel culture in the boardroom, the goal is the same: silence dissent, scare you out of speaking the truth, bully Americans into abandoning their values, their heritage, their very way of life. We are here today, he says, to declare that we will never submit to tyranny. We will claim our history and our country for citizens of every race, color, religion, and creed. Something we have done since this country was founded. There are what we now call minority groups in this country who struggle, who have legitimate issues and problems, and they do so because they are part of a minority culture. And they blame this country. But this is the only country in the world that allows these same people any kind of freedom at all. Yeah, but, and they go back into history. We might have done away with slavery, but we took a long time doing it. It wasn't until the middle 1800s. I mean, that's 300 years. It takes time to build a consensus, to find out who is what and where, to realize a problem, and to mobilize an entire country to resolve it. Things don't happen quickly. And we're finding the same kinds of thinking today. Well, why can't we just fix this? It's not that easy. A lot of the problems in our country are not the government's problems. I mean, they didn't create it, and they don't have the tools to fix it. Some of it's in business. Some of it's in education. Some of it's in the social structure. America works hard at trying to make sure everybody gets a fair shot. We don't always win. And there are people in our country who are not nice people. But as far as the official US of A, as long as I've been on the planet, they've done nothing more or nothing less than try to fix all of these issues. We just have a society now of young adults who grew up without parents and without a culture. They've gotten their culture from school or on the street. And they're impatient and they're idealistic. And sadly, they're very dangerous. I just wish we could all take a deep breath and let the wheels turn. They're turning in the right direction.